So guys, I was bored and I was thinking, what year does Star Wars take place? I mean, we know it takes place a long time ago, but that's not specific enough. I want answers. And guys, I have good news for you. I think I found out. So I think we have a good starting movie. I think we should subtract from it instead of add on it. And the movie we're obviously going to start with is Rise of Skywalker, since that's the newest one, and it takes place the furthest down the timeline. And we're going to start with the year 1976. Now you might be asking, why not 1977? That's the year the first Star Wars movie came out, so therefore you should probably start there. Well, no, because I think 1977 was the year Star Wars would have been documented if the Skywalker saga ended in 1976. Plus, after I did this, I realized that the sequel trilogy takes place about a year, because Last Jedi takes place like a few seconds after Force Awakens, and the in between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker is like a year, and then we subtracted the 35 years between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens, and it just didn't add up to an even number, and I would think that the year Star Wars started and ended would be an even number. I mean even like it's either an even number, but if it's an odd, it has to be a 5. That's what I mean by even. So let's start with the Rise of Skywalker, which I believe takes place in 1976. You can then subtract the year and go to 1975 from the Last Jedi, and subtract the 35 years between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens to get to 1940. See what I mean by even number? It would have been 1941 if we went on the 1977, but I think it would be an even number. Next, the originals. Okay, so with Return of the Jedi taking place a year in between, we then go to 1939, which ironically is when they had peace, but then the world started World War II. Just thought that was an interesting aspect, and what I think they would do, because that is pretty cool. So, yeah. Then we have the 3 years in between A New Hope and Empire. So that leaves us to 1936, when A New Hope started. And from 1976, or like 1977, when the movie was released, 1936, that's still a long time. So you won't have to worry about a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And now on to the prequels. We are on 1936. Subtract the 19 years in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. That leads you to about 1917. Then you subtract the 7 years between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith to get to 1910. And then the 10 years between The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones to get to 1900. A very even number indeed. Like, how has nobody figured this out yet? It is literally implied what the years are, like 76 years, and like the Skywalker saga takes place over 76 years. I am so glad to have come up with this, because it's been a question that I've had for a while. And now I am sticking this as canon because it makes the absolute most sense. Now you can play around with the facts like Baby Yoda and Anakin Skywalker, who were born the same year, by the way. Might want to keep that in mind as a factor for Mandalorian Season 2, because that might come up. That they were born in 1890. That is a cool fact. So you can just think about like Star Wars characters' ages, and then like subtract how like the year they were that age, and then you can find out like when they were born. So I think that's a cool factor. So that would mean Obi-Wan was born in like 1880 or the late 1870s. That is some cool stuff. You can play around with these facts. I really think that this should be canon because, like, I'm surprised nobody, I mean, maybe someone has come up with it. I think it's generally obvious, so maybe then someone would come up with it. And I'm not the first one who came up with this, so yeah, but I might be. But I just really think that this should be canon, and make sure to hit that share button down there. Share it on Reddit, because then people will find it, and it'll become a popular theory. And not just because I made it. I think this is actually the best Star Wars theory of all time. Not just because I made it. I really think it is really obvious that there is so much evidence pointing to this. So, yeah, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and share button, and turn on the notifications, because, well, this should be canon. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you in the next one, Team SFA. Bye.